The story of the freelance mercenaries known as the Sidewinders began in early 2163 on a freighter passing between mass relays somewhere in the Terminus systems. The 5 members who had initially found the vigilante group had all been captured, along with several others, waking up in individual cargo pods that served as their prison cells. The first to wake was the Turian who would become the leader of the group, Loghain Centurius. The leader of a Turian Special Operations Strike Force during the Relay 314 incident, Loghain lost his entire unit on Shanxi after following the orders of his commander, Brutus Lacetus. While Loghain was recovering in hospital, he learned that Lacetus had later enacted his original, rejected plan in a following operation to great success, taking all the credit for it. In the following years, Loghain did menial tasks on backwater Turian colonies until a new caseworker suggested he take a job on Ilium. Loghain never arrived on the Asari world. Prior to their escape, Loghain was already planning their release with the Asari in the cell across from him that would soon become his 2IC, Tiala Da'avo. Trained as an Asari commando in her younger years, Tiala's pure-blood breeding made her the black sheep of her family. Struggling to find success where her 3 sisters did, Tiala became a gun for hire and eventually found herself being chased by Asari authorities when a job went wrong on a scientific facility on the planet Hellerus. Tiala was the only survivor after a horrible accident, blamed when classified files were found in her possession. Escaping Asari space, the aftermath shamed the Da'avo name, forcing her mother to step down from captaining the Asari flagship, the Destiny Ascension. Tiala took job after job outside of Asari space, until fate led her to Ilium, where a Justicar that was once her best friend hunted her. Tiala was caught, but not by the emotionless Asari that she trained with years ago. Unable to communicate as Tiala and Loghain were, the Drell Hirokin sought simultaneous release from his cell unaided. In training to be a bodyguard and assassin from a very young age, Hirokin found himself assigned to the Hanar ambassador to the Citadel. Hirokin took temporary leave from his service to the Hanar when a Dr. Solaris wanted to talk with him about something related to a cure to Kepril syndrome on Ilium. When the Drell arrived, he found that he had been led into a trap, with the Solarian doctor that had treated him as a child used as the bait. He was not the only one led into this clinic in such a way, as a young Quarian was also deceived. A tech prodigy at a very young age, Ator Nazri Nashada was on his pilgrimage when his doctor contacted him about some cheap medicine on Ilium to help boost his weak immune system. When Ator took the medicine, he found himself becoming drowsy, and when he woke up, he was on a strange freighter instead of an Asari planet. The final founding member of the group was more brawn than brains. Jeltak Gold, a young and impetuous Krogan. Gold left his homeworld of Tuchanka earlier than most of his species and sought out mercenary work. He fell into the service of Terrandon Werdus, a Lysenthi Solarian operating in the Terminus systems, for an unnamed bigger boss. When Captain Werdus took the freshly hired Krogan to Ilium to purchase some illegally modified weapons, the whole group were taken completely by surprise and gassed. Gold woke up on the freighter with no sign of Pterandon or the other mercs. While all 5 attempted to break free, it was Geltac Gold who instigated the escape, managing to smash the window of his door and attack the Batarian guard beyond. Gold freed the other founding members, as well as 3 other captives, a human male, a human female, and a Solarian. Gathering what they could, the escaping prisoners banded together and planned to take their captors by surprise. They found some pistols and discovered their enemies in a large cargo pod, completely off guard and mostly unarmored. The group worked together to take down their mystery assailants, getting in the first strike, but the human male was killed in the firefight. When the last of his men were down, the enemy's leader made a break for it. The Batarian was chased into a hangar freight pod by Gold and Tiala, where he allowed 2 last remaining men working on a Turian scout vessel located there to distract his chasers, while he began venting the pod to space and escaped in the freighter's cockpit. Loghain and Gold captured one of them, also a Batarian. Loghain ordered the others into the scout ship, examining the console of the vessel known as Sentinel, revealed that its databanks had been blanked, with no StarChat data or logs. The ship had been under refit after being stolen, and also currently lacked thrusters and had only half shields. Ator had to disengage the docking clamps manually from the outside, after which Loghain piloted Sentinel out of the hangar doors to freedom with a quick burst from the FTL engines. Interrogating the surviving Batarian prisoner, they discovered that the group that captured them were called the Void Wraith, and are known for their black armor with ominous gray symbol upon it. He reveals that the leader who escaped is named Captain Atta, and that the 8 they kidnapped were specifically targeted for capture on Ilium. Loghain guarantees the Batarian safety with C-Sec for helping them, then gets Gold to shove him in one of the life pods. Picking up a mass relay on their long-range sensors, they piloted the ship towards it and found themselves being pursued by fighters. As Sentinel got closer to the relay, they couldn't get any data from it, so Ator tried to restore any lost data from the ship's computers. Loghain and Gold threaten the Batarian prisoner for more info, and he tells them that they need the right IFF to get through the relay, and there's no way for them to get it. As the group of Batarian fighters close in, Ator attempts to see if he can hack past the IFF block on the relay. The fighters shoot at Sentinel, but thanks to Loghain's great piloting, no hits were made. Ator manages to finally breach the block for a few seconds. The mass relay communicates with the ship's nav computer and determines that the database is blank. It quickly downloads some default data and activates, sending Sentinel safely through it. Would you like to know more?